Yeah, he didn't. Okay, good afternoon. Now, it's been a while since I've done some sports videos, and I gotta talk about this former NBA player. His name is Delonte West. Now, he played for the Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Dallas Mavericks. But he played for the Dallas Mavericks, I think, a couple of years ago, and apparently he got waived. Now, word has it around the media that he's been suffering from some kind of mental illness and mental illness or mental health issues. It's I never knew it was common for athletes to suffer from mental illness because you see them on the field and they play very and they perform well, especially when they're under pressure, especially when they have to win games, when under pressure to win games. But yeah, this player has been suffering from mental illness for some time, and there are other athletes that which I can't really name have been suffering from mental illness, like say battle schizophrenia, uh, obsessive compulsive disorders, bipolar disorders, attention deficit disorders, and basically depression and anxiety. And it's I think they never reveal it to others because it's a sign of weakness for them. But I think athletes who suffer from mental illness, they should get examined as well because they're human beings just like us. It's like the average man or an average woman living on in society. So Delonte West, I would say he looked like a mess. He was like looked like he was like lost in space, according to some Instagram photo taken of him by by this NFL player Brandon Marshall. He's Brandon Marshall has suffered from depression too. So he took his picture of him and he looked spaced out, kind of drunk out of his mind. And that's what most people with mental illness do to cope with the pain. They just take in alcohol and use drugs to relieve the pain, not knowing that it doesn't relieve the pain. It only relieves the pain for a short while or short fix. But then when the drug, when these drugs or the alcohol wears off, the feelings of depression come back, and that's not a good way to relieve your mental illness or to cope, treat your mental illness. I think treatment should take instead of with drugs and some sort of psychotherapy. Maybe this Delonte West needs to combat his inner demons and his mental illness. I mean, mental health should be a real concern in any field, whether it's in medicine or maybe in the workplace. Now, they have already made policies for employees with mental illness. I mean, the NBA should adopt the same policy for players who suffer from mental illness. I know the NFL does, probably NHL does, and Major League Baseball does, but probably the NBA does too. But never really, never really taken note of which players have mental illness. I know this is a long video, but I thought I would get these thoughts out about mental illness.